I ain't gonna lie, man. Low key, I don't like when motherfuckers be wearing anime shirts and all that type of shit. That shit is weird to me. Maybe I'm just old. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there. I was at the flicks myself watching the movie. You know, I enjoyed the movie. I look over, dude's wearing like Dragon Ball socks and like a Dragon Ball shirt, like shorts with like a Dragon Ball on them. Like, man, what is this? I don't know. Call me the old hater, but
This
I
is
just
fandom, man. I'm surprised
couldn't
you
deal,
feel that way.
couldn't deal with that. It's
What you talking
fandom.
about? Was it just because they're young and they wearing it, or is it because
Is it
it's just?
fandom or is it geekdom? Like it's
I
boundaries.
think it's fandom.
I'm about to say, man, you having some self reflection? Somebody call you a geek when you had the shirt on or something, man?
Right, I know. God damn.
Goku cup right now, and the fucker bastard is right behind me. No, clearly I am a fan. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know.
you a closet fan? You don't want to show the public?
Mm-hmm.
You do this shit on the internet?
I didn't say that I didn't
He
say
in the
that either.
closet and shit. Damn.
It's all right, man. You
Should
can
have wore
geek
my
out every
Goku.
once in a while.
Right.
I'm gonna wear my Akatsuki coat out and just wear it randomly on a Thursday
Well, I
and
mean,
shit.
that's a little different, man. That's a little different. Now, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Now, wait a minute.
Don't take it too
He
far
said,
now, brother.
he said, whoa, wait a minute. The t-shirt and the coat that's a little different right there, man. That's a little
man.
different territory.
No, I don't know. I'm just never been that super guy like that. Like, I don't know. I
As
just
long
got
as you ain't,
a minor gripe with it.
as long as you ain't wearing those polyester shirts, they have the big Japanese symbols and shit on it. Whatever, man. Just stay away from them shirts. All the
Mm-hmm.
kids they used to wear those growing up were weird, and they, as an adult, they even weirder.
You know,
Yeah.
that probably bothers me because I think a lot of anime gear these days is dope. Obviously, we wear the shit on the show, but I think a lot of that part right there, fresh, kind of left me with PTSD for the like. Like, man, if you dare step foot outside in the Goku shirt in the wrong era, it might be a bad day, man.
Oh, it's going to be a bad day. Hey, how many times did you see that kid at school with one of those shirts on getting flamed and in your heart of hearts, you knew everything he was going through. You love the show, but you was just smart enough to not to wear no crazy shit to school.
I knew where he went wrong.
Yeah, like
Like,
you supposed to leave this shit at home, brother.
right, and we might have kicked it in third hour when I ran into him. Like, hey man, you sure
Yeah.
you want to wear your shirt today?
Hey, that's that kid. That's that kid's. Yeah, your reputation might suffer if you get caught talking too long.
Oh
Like,
man,
what you talking to Tom so long for? You gave yourself away and shit.
yeah, we over there
But
having
you
a
know what?
serious about anime
It's
though.
naturally widely accepted now, man. Like
No,
you
and I
look at
love
all
that.
on the socials.
I mean, nowadays, yeah, but back in the day, man, that's that conversation you was keeping real low in the back of the class, and
Right.
then that moron was the one who wanted to talk about Goku when the cool kids was walking past.
You know, because back
That's a big
then,
no
like
no.
I was sitting there thinking earlier, I was reflecting on like I remember, I don't even remember how I found it, but got on the internet and found actual dub tapes of sub raw Japanese Dragon Ball Z, and I ordered them. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I was going through the depths of nerddom to find this shit. So the struggle was real for me back then. You know what I'm saying? You had to move silently and on the low, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the tapes were so horrible of quality. I didn't care, bro. That was like the hypest shit I ever bought. Like, are you kidding me? Nobody has this in their crib right now. Nobody except for
I ain't
me.
gonna
You know
front
what
you. You gave me my gateway drug, man, to anime. Like I've seen Dragon Ball episodes on random channels on my click clock. Remember the dial TVs where you turn, but you had to sometimes you fine tune to turn it and it'll get a channel that you never got before. on a
Yeah.
certain period of time. So I saw Dragon Ball a little bit like that. Didn't know what the fuck I was watching. Dragon Ball and Voltron. I thought it was like, damn, this shit dope. But I remember, I think it was ninth grade, and you let me borrow. We was in study hall, and you let me borrow a tape. I went home, and I didn't know what the fuck was happening, but it was Vegito versus Boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I don't have no background on what's happening. I just see these niggas throwing hands. So I'm like, yo, this is the most amazing shit ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I went nerd wise because since it was on tapes, I didn't have access to that shit. So I would go online on my 56K modem and download the actual synopsis of the motherfucking episodes that happened previously so I could know the whole story of why this nigga Vegito was whooping this nigga Boo ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It turned
Yeah.
into a gumdrop and whooped his
And
ass as a gumdrop. Like, what the fuck?
now, and right, because I remember in them days when I rediscovered, because I remember catching, mind you, Dragon Ball is like damn near 40 years old. And I remember catching in like 89, right? Randomly with my brothers. And it was just Dragon Ball. It wasn't Dragon Ball Z. And it was a fight with little Goku. I don't know what he was doing. The shit was outstanding. It was the most amazing thing I ever seen. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I gotta find it. Um,
Are
okay.
you a gatekeeper? Do you judge me for not watching Kai and don't know not knowing shit about Kai?
No. I'm not a gatekeeper at all. I mean, I'm more disappointed that Dragon Ball doesn't get the real love it actually deserves because even Dragon Ball Z was a derivative of Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? Like Dragon Ball was so goddamn just like everything's got a little bit of Dragon Ball in it. If it's shonen, it rips something off from Dragon Ball. You know, I don't care what it is.
Facts.
It might be subtle, it might be little. Even Dragon Ball's ripped itself off now. And that's why, some of the movie kind of we'll get to the movie in a second, but like I did appreciate the callbacks, but a lot of it with Dragon Ball and Toriyama has always been a trope of itself because it's like he figured out how to do it and mastered it and just perfected it and just kept doing the same thing. So it works. And I ain't mad at it. But again, I could just go back and remember them times when I did buy those bootleg tapes and meticulously pick out episodes I wanted to see from the episode list of 291. So I didn't even know what was going to be filler or not. So I had to go in there and man, and this was before Wikipedia. Well, I put in hours of research, bro, trying to just get the right Dragon Ball tapes. Spent my hard earned, saved up money to do what I had to do because it was just so amazing to me. So flash forward to 2022, all this anime stuff is so accessible, so easy to get now for these kids of the day. And I ain't gonna say I envy them, but I'm like, damn, I'm glad I went through my experiences so they can have their easy experiences. Cause trust somebody is like, yo, you doing all that just to watch fucking Japanese cartoons? No, let's just make this real easier and make this money. So I appreciate the culture has advanced and evolved as far as it has, and we're gotten to the point where a Dragon Ball Super movie is the number one movie in America for the weekend, and that's crazy to me. That's super crazy. But
Yeah, that
I don't
theater
know.
was pretty packed when I went.
Same.
Yeah, it wasn't. I go super early because I'm not a fan of crowds or whatnot, and I go to low key theaters so I can actually enjoy the movie instead of like all the hooping and hollering and all that stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like kids are kids, and I try to minimize what my kids are receiving during the actual show because the more energy they receive, the more off the handle they might get, and I might not enjoy the show even more. Um, but like it was lit. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, except for some of the rehash, like you was previously saying. Um, they shouldn't brought Cell back. I didn't like that at all.
And for the record, we're talking Dragon Ball Superhero, the movie. You know what I mean? Um, you say you didn't like Cell Max, quote unquote. With that being said, I do think the movie in itself was pretty good, but ultimately a little bit of it felt like a cash grab. But I was excited to see Piccolo and Gohan have their own vehicle for once.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was dope when they added on to the canon, like because like they did, you know what I'm saying, they did a little little cutscene to show that Goku and Vegeta, they had the homie Broly there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. So now he's canon, which is good. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that they work because Piccolo and Gohan, technically Gohan was supposed to be the man. I'm glad they actually gave this is like his first solo outing since like BoJack, which was years ago. The movie BoJack, which wasn't canon. Um, yeah, that was the last because like if you don't want to count the Gohan with high school Sada Man shit, you know what I'm saying, which was trash. But it was a feat. I appreciate that they power scaled these guys to actually get to a level that was, even though I don't understand how they got to this level. Um, him and Piccolo. I didn't appreciate Piccolo's name, Orange Piccolo. That was kind of trash. They could have gave him a little bit more pizzazz. Could have gave him an ultra or devastating or something. You know what I mean? But like, did they even say what Gohan new form name is?
They didn't
Uh,
name it.
let me ask you this: did you guys see the dub or the sub?
Dub. I had my
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, I saw the dub.
Yeah, unfortunately, I saw the dub too. So I don't want to get go off the rails and say yes, just Orange Piccolo. So because you know the dub, the reason I don't like the dub at all is that the dub will literally change dialogue and change story, and I'm like that annoys the hell out of me. So I saw the dub too because I was with my nephew watching it, but I do plan on seeing it in the sub. Fresh, I'm with
Yeah.
you. I don't know what the hell Gohan's form was. Orange Piccolo didn't give anything, you know that. But again, I know what I'm here for, and that didn't bother me. You know what I mean? Uh, I thought the movie they bring back one of my favorite antagonists, the Red Ribbon Army as a whole. They bring him back, and it's Doctor Giros' grandkid, right?
Yeah. His
Mhm.
grandson, Dr. Hedo.
Hedo, yeah. So he makes Gamma 1 and 2, who I thought were awesome additions to the Dragon Ball verse. And
Mhm.
they basically just do that typical Dragon Ball trope. I gotta go see who's strong around this piece, and if he's strong, I'm gonna knock him off. Pause. Uh, and we go from there. So, Will, what did you think about it? I know you caught it today as well.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I'm with Fresh. I feel like I've been kind of awaiting Cell's return. I like the idea of Cell Max, but if you're just gonna kind of bring him back to throw him away, I didn't like that. But man, seeing Gohan reach those new heights, watching his pops getting murdered, that shit brought a tear to my eye, man. That shit was dope when he actually ascended. I don't like that he don't have to put in no work and basically that he's basically been neglecting his his training for years and that he could just easily tap into that. Um, but I didn't understand why Goku and Vegeta, once all those power levels and shit started reaching where they was at, man, once he hit orange, I think that would have just kind of sent an alert to them. I do like that they're putting a little bit more effort into telling stories that centered around the Z fighters. I'm
Yeah.
always, I want to see them come up too. I want to see them ascend. I've always said that it's kind of dangerous to have all your eggs in one basket and depend on two dudes who might not be there. You know what I'm saying? So you should be pushing yourself to be the very best version of yourself to be able to protect your loved ones. So that was dope just to get a tight story about Piccolo and Gohan. That shit was dope, man. I enjoyed it.
Now I feel
Yep.
like that Gohan would have learned this lesson a few times now. I mean,
Yeah.
Cell, the original Cell came, then Boo came. And don't forget, this is supposed to be Dragon Ball Super era. So this is technically after Frieza's army re-showed up, and you just fought for the tournament of power to save your own damn universe. Bro, you should never be caught slacking again. I don't know why they got Gohan chasing this nerddom thing. And I guess it's cool. I guess they've kind of, dumbed down his character for whatever sake, but I'm with you,
But
Will.
they've
Like,
got to kind of differentiate between him and his dad. I mean, his dad just fights just to fight. You know, I mean, he's a kid. Typically, your kids aren't into whatever you're into. You know what I'm saying? So
oh,
there's
I
got to
get
be a
that
little
part.
bit of difference.
I get that part.
Technically, Gohan is the most talented fighter, like naturally talented fighter in all the DB. Where like all his Latin power, because it happened multiple times where he became the strongest guy uh in the area that he was, just not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like remember his power up against Boo? My man's
Mhm.
just walked around him for about 25 hours. You know what I'm saying? Or like his power up, even when he was against Frieza, the old Namekian, which they brought back that trope again, touched his head and just released his Latin ability right then and there. Like he's just naturally talented. Like if he gets angry, he's just gonna bust your ass. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I
So
but I thought that was because they were hybrids. I thought that was because they're hybrid. They kind of touched on that, but I think they need to kind of explain that a little bit more. I always thought that it was because like humanity has the ability to adapt. So I mean, but they never kind of touched on why the half sayings are so dangerous.
So there's a
they actually touched on it again doing Super. You think about like when Trunks was going against Black Goku, where you know what I'm saying, Vegeta and Goku was getting their ass handed to him, whatever, right? And Trunks pull out some power out of nowhere to you know what I'm saying, square away the victory before Zeno Sama erased everything. But like I don't know, some of these half sayings for some reason they just have some Latin strength that goes untapped, where they could just, you know what I'm saying, bust ass.
Yeah,
um
I think they need I think they do need to expound upon that a little bit more.
I agree. I agree, but you know, in a sense, I did like I appreciate that Trunks and Gohan can't do what Vegeta and Goku can do. So they're not gonna go Super Saiyan God. So you get a form like whatever the hell Gohan pulled out in this movie. To your guys' point, there were a lot of tropes and callbacks to the original Dragon Ball, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of fans just hopped on with Z and don't even know, you know, like to gatekeep a little bit. They don't even know like the true origin of certain things that happened in the show. So the fact that they kept calling him King Piccolo was hilarious to me.
Mhm,
He's like, bro, that's not me. Chill out. You know, I'm not that guy no more.
Well, you
mhm.
All the
know,
little stuff. The Red Ribbon Robot Army. Like it was a point where the robot that they were walking around with, like carrying tools and stuff around through their new design base. That was a callback from Dragon Ball, like Commander Black's robot. That is exactly how he looked, or whatever, or Commander Red, I think it was. Like little touches like that always are dope to me. Um, so I think the movie was really well executed. I didn't have a problem with Gohan and Piccolo being the main guys. If I did have one gripe, I thought the Cell Max fight itself with powered up Gohan was way too short, and I didn't get any kind of display of his power. You know what I'm saying? So like with Dragon Ball Super Broly, when Vegito hit the scene, yeah, it was Vegito, right?
Mhm.
That was an amazing fight.
Gogeta, Gogeta.
Gogeta.
Yeah, yeah, they did the fusion dance.
Vo, yeah, Vegito is when they got the earrings.
Right.
The
Yeah, who can't be sustained long enough. But so they did the fusion dance and they got to perfect it. We got to see a full glimpse of what the hell Gogeta was all about. He put them paws on Broly and animation. It took you to another level. I didn't get that. That was the only disappointment with me in this movie, is that I didn't get that same vibe from Orange Piccolo or the silver haired Gohan. Um, he kind of just dispatched the Cell Max way too easy and it was just over. You know what I mean? And throughout the movie with all these callbacks it had, I was a little disappointed that there were no real Cell versus Gohan callbacks, where Cell Max should have woke up kind of pissed off, like, yo, I remember you killed me. Because what was Cell Max? Wasn't he like a clone of the original?
No, he wasn't a
yeah,
clone, but
he
he was just based off of the original cell's data. He wasn't an actual clone, so
Okay.
he wouldn't have any real like memory of him. You know, it's just like if I cloned you, It's a
Yeah.
new being. He don't know nothing about your life. He's got his own life to live.
I
I think he
appreciate
did
that
this.
Cell didn't have no actual intelligence. All he did
Mhm.
was roar everywhere. That was kind of trash.
I mean, they said that
Um,
he wasn't ready yet, but I think just fundamentally, he's always looking to adapt and evolve. I didn't like that he built in a weakness that, I mean, that's just like, anybody could have came across that weakness, though, man. I mean, why make a super weapon and build in a weakness? You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I mean, it should be a weakness that only you can exploit, not that anybody who's got enough. I mean, I don't think they didn't realize that the Z fighters that they were as strong as they are now. A lot of their data was just old data, um, but just to build in just an obvious weakness in his head like that, I think that was just. I don't think that was just like solid writing, or it just didn't make no sense in my opinion. Just
I
to
mean,
build in a big ass weakness like that.
it was his kid's name, Dr. Hedo. I mean, he did it on purpose because he said, despite being in prison and killing a few people and coming out of prison, he
and
said
then
he
murdering
wasn't.
people then.
Yeah, he said he wasn't a bad guy, so he kind of fail safed it. Personally, I thought the typical trope would have been Gamma One, Gamma Two would have turned into Cell Max. So Gamma One
Yeah,
and Gamma, yeah, I was a little surprised.
I was expecting them to combine or something like you were saying. They were some dope ass characters, man. I didn't expect to like them as much as I did, and they're definitely a welcome addition to that universe, though. Some dope ass characters.
Oh yeah, when he first put pause was a Gamma 2, put pause on Piccolo. I
Hmm.
was like, okay, at least you know what I'm saying they power scaled them correctly, and you know what I'm saying like they actually had personalities. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They gave him it was funny. He was like, "Yo, why do I see the words when you're hitting me?" or something like that.
Hmm.
It was like splat, pow. I'm like, oh okay, this is hilarious. But like
Hmm.
I don't appreciate they killed off Gamma 2 so quickly. Hey, you saw the fail safe in animation where they on Cell's tail he gave him like a mace
Hmm.
instead of like the thing that absorbed the actual aliens. So I guess they didn't really want to rehash everything. But
But
it,
it
wa-
did
it wa-
open though. I saw it
Yeah,
open like you,
it
yeah, I
shot some
did see it.
lasers out.
Yeah, but if you look at it again, it did open just like Cell. So he could absorb people. He just, I don't know if he wasn't ready. He wasn't at that stage, and he wasn't free thinking because
see,
that's the first thing he should have wanted to do was start absorbing people.
right, because I thought he was going to do the tropish thing. I thought he was going to go get absorb either Gamma One or Two are going to merge, or Cell was going to go absorb both these dudes, and a whole new threat shows up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm glad it wasn't too predictable. It still kind of was because ultimately it's still Dragon Ball's super, production, and they do kind of rely on certain tropes to get through the day, and I'm fine with that. I know what to expect. I love it because of that. Uh, I thought the movie though, I really wanted more out of Gokan, like I said, and the fight, and a lot of people got a problem with Goku always being the hero. So I did appreciate how they didn't. They gave Goku and Vegeta their shine. Uh, what's funny to me is I've noticed the trope for Dragon Ball is everybody's always complaining about Vegeta never gets the bad guy. Only born heroes, quote unquote, get the W's in Dragon Balls. So it's either going to be Trunks, Gohan, or Goku by nature. Everybody else is pretty much a villain, a former villain of Goku's. You know what I'm saying? And they never get that love. So
Well, Vegeta finally got his first victory against Gohan in
Goku,
the post credit scene. Yeah, yeah, against
yeah,
Goku.
if you stay, he did technically, yeah. But if you ask me, Vegeta won the first fight. If you ask me, you know,
Nah, he had a skedaddle. You know what I'm saying? He was about to get cleaved by Krillin. You know what I'm saying? He was about to slice him in half.
look,
But
Vegeta got jumped by Goku's homeboys. Okay, in the fair one, he won 1-on-1 straight up. He got to depend on his son turning into a giant ape. His man's got a big ass knife. Like, come on, man. There's a lot of obstacles to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Prince of All Saiyans can't deal with a nigga with a knife. It's
What
about
do
to
y'all
get
think
off by Yajirobe, bro. Come on.
What do y'all think about the new animation? They went almost all 3D on this.
I thought it
I
was
liked
outstanding.
it, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I looked at it visually, man. It was stunning, man. Even when you said Gamma 2, when he sacrificed himself and went up against Cell, man, that was some of the most spectacular like visuals I've ever seen in a movie, man, especially animation wise, man. I don't even know how much time and effort went into this, but visually, man, I've never really been a big fan of like 3D, but man, they like I don't know if they drew on top of the 3D, but man, it looks beautiful, man.
I think since Demon Slayer showed up, the 3D technology, they've figured out how to make that stuff look 2D. And I
Mhm.
don't know who the animation team on these Dragon Ball and even the One Piece movie had amazing animation. But this one I thought was even better than Broly. But
I
the
don't
only
know. Broly was cold though. Broly,
Broly
the
was very cold.
visuals was it was beautiful.
That's what
Like
I'm
you
saying.
said, with Gogeta, with the
Mhm.
shit he was doing, man. I was like, God, man, dude.
I, it looked
But
like they was sticking a toe in the water with the Broly movie, where it was like,
Mm,
all right, we're going to still do a lot of 2D writing, I mean drawing, whatever. But like this one, they went full out 3D on some areas. So,
mm,
oh, okay, this is kind of fly.
But yeah, I was gonna say it worked though because there's you can look at anime in the past where they tried that Pixar type animation. It didn't work in an anime setting. But the Japanese animators and creators have gotten way better with this technology, and it's starting to look better and better. And that's why they're just like, screw it, man. We're just gonna throw in headliner flicks and get this Western money. I mean, they're literally winning box office weekends now. That's unprecedented, bro. Like we talk
mhm.
about stuff we've come buying bootleg tapes off the internet from sketchy sources to just being able to walk into the box office and go catch a Dragon Ball movie. I mean, we've come a hell of a long way. So